Everybody, welcome to another episode of More Than a Youth Room. I am your host, Paul Turner, and today, as you can see behind me, we are talking about the cafe. That's right. Food is an element in your room, and it doesn't have to be a full-blown cafe. I know we have something in the back there with the tables and all that. We've kind of seen some of that already. But food in general brings a certain dynamic and a certain element to your room that encourages kids to eat, to talk, to all those things. And you don't have to have a big, cafe and all that. Like I said, if you didn't watch any of my earlier episodes, this is my first time in 23 years to have a full-time room of our own. I was able to design the room and all that kind of stuff. So please don't say, well, we have to do it that way. You don't. I'm just going to show you a couple of elements of our room and how food and how those things and how we kind of run the cafe, maybe give you some ideas for your room as well. So over here, as you can see, we have a pass-through window. I designed the room this way so that we can have a pass-through window, a separate room for the kitchen, and the cafe in the back over there. And so kids will just walk in, and the door's just right over there. So they walk in, they step up, and they get whatever they want, from the cafe that night. And we have down here, just put the board down here. It's taking a little time to do that, but we finally got the board up there. We tried a few other things, but we put the board down here so they can see it and they see what the specials are. And you can come in here a little bit. I'll kind of show you. As you can see here, we have the combo meal deal. That's every week. That's $3. They get a main meal, a drink, and chips. For $3, we keep our cost low. We don't charge an exorbitant amount of money for anything. The money we do share. Goes to missions. And fortunately, we have a super duper lady who does our cooking for us, and she donates quite a bit of that, and so we are thankful for her. Thank you so much, Iron Chef Tracy. We'll get to why we call her that in a second. But as you can see on the top here, we have just our candy rack, all that. We kind of chips, all that. We make a visit to Sam's once a month or twice a month or whatever. So the outside here, real simple. We just kind of made it, and we're going to put something up there. We don't know what we're going to put up there, but if you have an idea, please let me know. That'd be great. And so let me take you inside the kitchen real quick to kind of show you a little bit more about what we do on the inside of the kitchen. So here we are on the inside of the kitchen here. We'll kind of show you around a little bit of here. We have things like a little board here where we keep our cafe duties. So we have our students that come in here. They come in here just like you've seen on the board before. And the kids will take on their Endeavor board, and they'll say, hey, look, I'm going to work in the Fusion Cafe tonight. They'll take that. They'll work in here. They'll look at what they have here. Right? They'll see what their duties are, clean up, all that kind of good stuff. They got to have it, got to do it. Keep it nice. And then, of course, just a menu for them so they know how much stuff is. Make sure your stuff is clearly marked so kids don't go, hey, I want to give you a quarter for that. And that's not going to work. Let me take you down here real quick. Just show you, you don't have to have a lot of equipment for this. Okay, this is not built as a cafe per se. We have bought some just little things that you can do. Let me just kind of go down here and show you in our little closet of goodiness here. And real simple, we just have some fry plates. We got a little thing to put our greasy stuff in and all that kind of good stuff. So we don't have a lot of high-tech equipment, things like that. What do we use? Our griddles. We use the fryer. We use things like that over here. You can see we have some mixers over here. So when we do slushies or we do smoothies, things like that. So we have over here. Of course, we have things like the microwave. And we have a little oven here that we use for pizzas and stuff like that. So you know what? It doesn't take a lot to put and invest those kinds of things into your youth room. You can find most of what I just showed you there. You can find at your local thrift store for virtually nothing. You could deck out your whole thing no matter where you put it. And you say, well, what if I don't have a room to do all this in? You could build maybe just like a half waist size area of your room where that could be kind of your area. You could just set up a table and have the things on there. You could do it outside. One thing we noticed doing stuff, especially greasy stuff on the inside, we had to put up, if you do it inside and you do it near a wall, we put up some plexiglass so that catches all the grease there. So anyway, things like we have our kitchen and stuff like that. We have our sink, all that kind of jazz. Make sure all your stuff's put away, people clean up, all that kind of good stuff. So this is our cafe. We don't have a ton of rules. We do have just something they leave for me, and I made this so that they could remind me of things. And this is just a list. This is a little checklist, cafe shopping list. And they leave that for me every week. If we are out of stuff, that is my job to go get it. And so if you don't have a cafe in your room, that's okay. You know what? The cafe, all this stuff here, by the way, if your room doesn't look like this, man, you can enhance it, do little things to kind of make it, pop a little bit and to add value to your room. But remember, the key thing that is in your room this week are your students. You don't have to change your room. As long as your students are changing and the gospel is changing them, let me tell you what, that will be enough to make your room glow. And so focus on those students, do what you can for your room, but let the students be the key element in your room, not the stuff that's in the room, because all that stuff's going to fade away. But the kids in your room is what's going to make the difference overall. So thank you for joining me today for More Than a Youth Room. I'm your host, Paul Turner. If you want any more information about Disciple Project Ministries and the things that I do, you can visit my website at thediscipleproject.net, and all the information is down there. And I'm even going to put up a few Pinterest links up there for recipes and stuff. They're super easy you can do that we use here, and they'll be really, really good. So I hope to talk to you soon. Tell me about your room. Do you have a room or a cafe or where you do food? Do you have special recipes? Well, tell me about it. Leave me some comments down below, and don't forget to hit the little thumbs up button if you like this video. And don't forget to subscribe if you want more of this in your inbox. So thank you again for joining me today for More Than a Youth Room. I'm your host, Paul Turner, and we will see you next time.